Hello everyone, welcome to my first English video on this YouTube channel. I reviewed this watch in another video sometimes before, but the reason I did not bother to speak English in that video is that, well, it is rather hard to find this watch in America and Europe. But I hope it will be available later so that you can grab one of these and see why I like this watch so much. Okay, so what is this watch? This is Alba's latest mechanical watch from the Tokyo Neon collection. In case you have never heard of Alba, Alba is a sub-brand of the mighty Japanese watchmaker Seiko, so the relationship between them is like Rolex and Tudor. It is clear that Alba's main target is Asian consumers. It is very popular in Japan and Southeast Asia, but not so in the West. Perhaps they want you to buy Seiko watches instead of Alba watches. Whatever. If you want to learn more, you may visit Alba's official website. I post the link in the video description below. So back to this watch. It is the only mechanical watch in the Tokyo Neon collection released in 2020. The diameter is 42 millimeters, lug to lug, 50 millimeters, and it is 15 millimeters thick. So what is so spectacular about this watch is that it is almost identical to a Seiko 5 in terms of quality, and yes, because Alba is fully backed up by Seiko. In fact, Alba is like a designer and Seiko the manufacturer. You can instantly recognize the crown at the 4 o'clock position, and the bracelet being the same as a Seiko 5. But the price of this watch is 3/4 of a Seiko 5, so I think it's a real bargain. Okay, so on to the movement. The movement is a Y676. What is Y676 anyway? It is a direct copy of Seiko legendary 7S26. I think there are two reasons for this movement not being called 7S26. First, it may not be manufactured in Japan. Some sources say that Y676 is made in Malaysia, but I'm not sure. Second, perhaps this may be a more important reason is that Seiko wants to distance itself from Alba or vice versa, so that people don't get confused. Seiko marketing strategy in recent years is that Seiko is supposed to attract high-end buyers, and Grand Seiko attracts even the highest-end buyers, while other sub-brands such as Alba, J Spring, Wired, Pulsar fill up the lower-end portion. It is likely that this watch was made in Japan because I cannot find any wording like Japan made print on the dial on the case or some other places. But I don't really care about that given that it is sold for such a low price. One complaint here is that if the movement is so basic and undecorated, so I think there's no point of having a display case back actually. Another complaint is the bezel. Because it is not a real dive watch, so the bezel cannot be rotated. I know some people don't like it and tend to stay away from this kind of pretentious design, but the incredibly attractive dial and more or less compensate the shortcomings of this watch. You may know that Casio G-Shock released a collection called Neon Tokyo some time ago in I think 2019. Well, Alba's Tokyo Neon series is maybe a copycat, but this time the outcome is more convincing. I think is more convincing than the G-Shock. Okay, let's get the focus. Alright. As you can see, the hands and indexes look real sharp and eye-catching, and they don't look like what it was like on the G-Shock. They do look like neon light in the dark, I think. But ironically, the hands and the index is a lot lump, so they do not glow in the dark. So if you want to watch, I think that is more or less equivalent to a Seiko 5. I think this watch is a perfect choice, yes. Well, to some extent, this watch is inferior to a Seiko 5. But sometimes I think a Seiko 5 is too common, and I want to have something different in terms of appearance, but not in terms of quality. Alba does exactly that. So to conclude, this watch is a Seiko 5 that doesn't look like a Seiko 5. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and if you want me to make more English videos, please let me know. Thank you.